Let's talk about the lawsuit. How can we make this go away?
Oh, man. So
Why is this not going away?
I would say, here's what I can say. I can't get into too many details,
Sure.
right? But what I can say is we didn't bring a lawsuit. We don't want a lawsuit. I've spent 30% of every day working on a lawsuit versus talking to fans and getting the sport going, which is really tough. We filed something yesterday, and we asked for the court to set up a mediation. The reason we did that is because we had a mediation in New York. I can't get into the details. We don't want to be in court. Don't get me wrong. We'll defend ourselves in the sport to no end, but we want to see this go away. So our next step was to try and get in front of a judge in Charlotte and just say, hey, what can we do here? Make this go away. That's our goal. Still not sure what the other side wants. We don't believe it's a case that's a monopoly. We believe it's a contract dispute, which it is what it is. But our goal is to make this thing go away and get back to racing.
Do you think that in the past month or so, a lot of everybody's been talking about discovery, and all these things that might come to light, NASCAR having to open up its books and so forth, and there's been a bunch of anticipation around that. But some text messages did come out.
Yeah.
Did you know, I guess, in the days ahead that was going to happen?
Yeah. So let's go back to that, man.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy and not afraid to shy away from stuff, right?
Sure.
So this was 2 years of a negotiation, right? And you know me well enough. I'm a passionate guy. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, probably too much, right? But in the text messages, I'll just refer to mine. What came out was the way it was presented in court was that I said, F the teams. I didn't say that. I said in April, the context was if we did this deal the way it was, I felt like it would be an F to the teams. I was defending the teams to my boss, which was Jim France. And so that was a little disappointing that it came out initially without the context. Hate the language I used, right? You never want to see that out there. It is what it is. Yeah. But where we are today, Jim France comes in my office and, I'm like, oh man, this isn't good. I'm trying to defend the teams on this. And he said, look, I don't hire yes men. I hire people to tell me what they feel is right and how do we get to a good deal. So I feel like, all that's out there. I knew it's out there. There's no surprises. The other side's kind of emptied their bucket of here's all our text messages. It sucks. It sucks getting deposed, but it is what it is. And I stand by the fact that, I was trying to put a deal together that worked for everybody. We made some changes since I said that before we got to the end deal. And, I feel like we got to a place that other teams, got their arms around.
Yeah. In the last week or two, there was a lot of teams that came out and wrote some notes of support of the charter system. And I feel like while they didn't basically come out and say, hey, we side with NASCAR on this whole thing, they were in support of the charter system and very in support of some settlement, some way for this to be handled. Did that move the needle at all? 2311, all those guys, they came out just right after that and went, well, this basically just kind of claims, makes all the claims we're making.
So what I think that did, Dale, is it helped, it's being positioned that NASCAR wants the charter system to go away. Jim France, the one thing about Jim is charter system is in place and said, I will live by whatever we signed. He had a choice, right? He could have said, we don't want charters in the future. No, we've seen the value grow for teams, which is awesome. And what we wanted to come out there, because you go to trial and we saw it written, was the charter system could be up in the air.